So you are on the sidelines with the Sideline Guys. I am your host, Derek Myers, and I am joined by two friends of mine, Quincy and Edgar Martin from the Q&E Podcast. From the Q&E Podcast, a great podcast that you guys should listen to and most definitely should subscribe to. Welcome to the show, guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. So, what have you guys been thinking about the playoffs lately? Like we've seen some great action over the last couple of weeks, and you have. Well, let's just go ahead and get into it because we had that game coming on in about an hour. The Boston Celtics and the Raptors are.
Is that really the best series to talk about, Derek?
Not the best series. It's not the best series.
I thought there was better series out there.
You wanted to talk trash. So I'm gonna you talking trash.
It's his pod. He has the right to start it with best series.
hey, man, look. I mean, I'm biased, of course, but look. You
hold
know.
on. That Tatum jersey, that used to be Cole right there.
Hey, man.
And you're replacing Cole with Tatum?
No. I didn't place Cole. Cole is right there.
Oh, it's right there. Oh, he moved it.
Took him down though. Definitely took him down. Cole is definitely on the wall.
No, we'll say. Okay, let me show you. I had to move it because I had that mini helmet right there with that display case.
Yeah.
So I wanted that in the shot, but I also wanted the Tatum jersey in the shot. So let me just go ahead and let me just move some stuff. Yeah. You got the floating helmet right there, but I got my championship ring right underneath it. You know, the Super Bowl 52. So I had to dress it up real nice, but yeah. So it's gonna be a little bias from my side in terms of the Celtics, but I'm able to keep it very, very fair. But I personally didn't expect to see what we've seen in this series. To be completely honest, I didn't. I mean, I'm not overlooking the Raptors in any way, shape, or form. I do expect the Celtics to win this series, but because my prediction was Celtics and Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference Finals. But I expected to see a little more punch from the Raptors.
They kept y'all in a dogfight last game, though.
The last game was
and me and Edgar were talking about it. The Celtics are built for the playoffs, in my opinion, bro. They got the closers, they got the wing defenders. The only thing I thought they were missing was the interior presence, but it looked like Robert Williams trying to step a little bit now into his role. So it's looking mighty solid for them, bro. So, and I don't think the Raptors, and that's something that held them back in game 2. They don't have a closer. They don't have a clear closer like the Bostons have. Because we seen last game, they tried to give it to Van Vliet, and I don't really think Van Vliet is that guy. You can't really give it to Pascal. Pascal doesn't really have a go-to move. So who do you give it to?
Well, he does have a go-to move. His go-to move is just a spin around.
Oh, the spin move, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's that shutting that shit down? You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, that shit shut down, my nigga.
I honestly didn't see this happening either. We were just talking about it earlier. I feel like this is putting a real big question mark on whether Nick Nurse should have won Coach of the Year. Y'all know I was an advocate for him winning Coach of the Year, but my second option would have been Coach Spoelstra for Miami. And Miami is really showing right now why Coach Spoelstra low-key should have won that as opposed to Nick Nurse. But I told Quincy, I picked the Raptors to win against Boston, but I definitely didn't see it like this. I thought it was going to be a back-and-forth series, but if Boston 4-1 or ends up sweeping Toronto, I'm looking at Nick Nurse like I got a question mark on you now because I gave you props for Coach of the Year, and you showing me why low-key should have went to Spo.
It ain't a good matchup.
It's not a good matchup.
It's not a good matchup.
I feel like you led your team to be second in the East, and you've been dominant this whole time in the bubble leading up to now. And you mean to tell me you're just going to flop out, and I'm just supposed to say, hey, that's a bad matchup? No. There's no excuses at this point.
Oh, no, it's no excuses. I wasn't shocked that he won Coach of the Year, but yeah, Spoelstra, I'm fine. I was fine with him winning it. I really don't know if you can really say that. I mean, well, I personally think that Stevens should have won about like 2 years ago. I think it was last year or 2 years ago, which won.
2 years ago, I think.
2 years ago, yeah. So I think he should have won that one easily, hands down. But I would have been fine with Erik Spoelstra winning that this year because we did not expect the Miami Heat to be in the position that they're in right now. I mean,
we're more impressed by what they're doing in the playoffs more than what they did in the regular season because they ended up being like a 5th seed in the East, and I think they were projected to be a 7th or 8th. So the jump wasn't that great for him to get regular season Coach of the Year. But Coach Spo is showing people now in the playoffs that he is a top 3 to top 5 coach in the league.
But what's the criteria for Coach of the Year anymore? That's the thing that's kind of confused me, because some years it's your record, some years it's you've exceeded expectations of the game. Like that's the one thing that I don't understand about any of these awards, because Giannis definitely shouldn't have won Defensive Player of the Year. The fact that he's not willing to take that tough assignment, which I understand is not really like a part of their game plan. They allow you to attack and or try to attack, and they flood it with Brook Lopez and Giannis, but I don't see him being defensive player of the year. But because he's not willing to take that assignment, they're not winning that series at all.
Oh hell no! We just talked about it, bro.
They might get one game. Yeah, they might get one game. I don't even know if they really will. That's just.
I gave him one.
You gave him one. I figured. See, that's where I was more along. 2, maybe it'll go six games. I selfishly wanted to go about 6 or 7 because it is more advantage to Boston, but I don't know if they're even going to win one at this point. It doesn't even look like, because they don't have the complete team around Giannis to do that. But not only that, Giannis, his game isn't fully complete either. Like, I know everybody's been getting on Richard Jefferson and Jay Williams for comparing him to Pippen. And I know people are taking that as slander. It's just because he's just not that guy that you're going to see take over the game at the end and to close the game out.
I feel like
see that.
He can do it every now and then, but he can't do it often enough to what you and Quincy would call like an actual closer. I feel like I agree he's not a Pippen, but at the same time, he's not a full-blown closer at the same time, which is what we talked about earlier.
He's not a Pippen though. He's way too good to be a Pippen. He's way too good to be a Pippen. But most of the great teams always had a secondary closer, and I feel like he needs a closer. Bron had Wade, and Wade was the closer. Bron had Kyrie. Kyrie was the closer. Shaq was the dominant presence. He was the best player, but he had Kobe. Kobe was the closer. And I feel like Giannis needs that same type of player on his team, and Chris Middleton is not that. And we was talking earlier, like Giannis is getting a lot of the blame. Giannis is getting a lot of the blame here, and he definitely deserves a lot of the blame. But we definitely should be looking at the other players as well, because we know what Giannis is. We can't act like he's going to be a closer all of a sudden when we see his game throughout the whole season. We know that's not his game. We should be looking at the front office for not giving him a closer, or we should look at Chris Middleton for not stepping up to the plate after getting 150 M's this past offseason. It's like, come on now. You saying you're my second stop, but you ain't showing it.
Right, and that's partly due to, I think, like not having Malcolm Brogdon there as well.
Exactly.
I mean, he took big shots for them down toward the end of the game, and to let him go to Indiana made no sense to me. But I don't know. Giannis to me kind of strikes me as one of those guys that will end up staying in Milwaukee, but at the same time, at the same time though, I could see him leaving. But where do you go?
Will he win in Milwaukee?
No.
It will really come down to who wants to come help him in Milwaukee.
Right.
If he stays with the type of talent he has now for the next however many years, no, he's never going to win. But if he somehow, some way attracts another star to Milwaukee, which I highly doubt will happen, I don't know. I don't see it going any better than maybe Eastern Conference Finals.
At best. Damn. I mean, if you have teams like Boston, Miami, Toronto that are there, he's not going to be
Brooklyn coming up.
And Brooklyn, you might as well. You have to say Brooklyn, because I still respect their roster. I just don't have high expectations for that team, though. I really don't, because Kyrie is going to be the X factor in that. And when you see what he's done on his past teams, the ball has always stopped. So when the ball stops,
hey, we gotta remind the listener that this is a Boston fan, and that season last year, he still hurt over that season. I still feel it in your voice. You know why? You know why last season pissed me off? Because of Kyrie Irving, we no longer have Al Horford, and I love Al Horford.
he's one of those guys that you want to have on your team. And I hate to see what's going on with him in Philly. So because of all of that, yeah, I do have this disdain for Kyrie Irving a little bit. But nah, like it is what it is. I mean, Brooklyn just is, to me, is going to be one of those teams that I think they're going to do well. I don't have exceedingly high expectations for them though.
Mhm.
What?
I don't.
Me neither.
No, I don't. Because
Am I the only one?
well, see, here's the thing. When you think about like what they have, tell me what happens with Spencer Dinwiddie. Should he not be a starter in this league?
He's not a star. He's not starting for them.
No, not for them. Not for them. But should he not be a starter in this league?
He can start.
Yeah.
If you put him on the right team, he can start.
Yeah. And you know what I think is going to end up happening? It's going to be the same thing with Terry Rozier and Kyrie Irving.
No, I think no.
That's how I see it.
Terry was more coming into his own, and he was younger than Dinwiddie is right now. Dinwiddie is more content with his role than Rozier was. Rozier was somebody who got the taste of it and was like, I want more. I want more. Dinwiddie isn't giving me that vibe.
Not right now.
I don't
when
think
when you insert Kyrie into that lineup, it's going to bother him. Most definitely.
I don't see how, bro. It's like it's Kyrie. Like you're not better than this dude. Like so,
I'm not saying he's better, but I mean.
But I'm saying like not better, but like you've been working with this system better since he's been gone. Like you've shown success with this system, and I feel like even though you've shown success with it, you should be willing to say, okay, Kyrie's back. I got to take a step back because I know he's one of the leaders of this team. Him and KD, they're the co-leaders of the team. For
sure. But I mean, I don't know. I that's just how I see it. I think it's gonna end up being another Terry Rozier thing. Maybe not to the same level, but I'm saying that fight, that desire to want to be on that court. I mean, Dinwiddie to me is a guy that I think could eventually be traded, and I could potentially see him going to LA.
I don't agree. I think that Karis LeVert is somebody that we should be looking at and saying he's the one on the move, because after what we've seen in this playoffs and what we've seen at the end of the season, I think he wants a bigger role than what he's going to be able to get being the third guy. Okay. I think if you trade him, I think he wants a bigger role. I think he's more hungry for a bigger role than Dinwiddie is.
And what team do you think is a good fit for him?
I think Harris can fit anywhere, man. You can put him on a Detroit right now, and I think Detroit is a way better team than what they were before he got there. You feel what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? So any other, I'm not saying he's going to jump on a contender and he's going to be the second best player or whatever, but you throw him on a team that's hungry for a star talent, I think Karis LeVert is that dude. So like I said, Detroit hungry for it. You know what I'm saying? One of them teams like that.
I don't see either one of them. Now, whether they want to leave or not, that's one thing. But I don't see either of them leaving anytime soon due to the fact that we still have to have a bench for Brooklyn at the end of the day. And I feel like if you get rid of Dinwiddie or you get rid of LeVert or a situation comes up and you get rid of both of them, it's like, damn, like the firepower that you had if KD and Kyrie were to sit down during a quarter, like that's gone now. And other than LeVert and Dinwiddie, who else do you expect to be the leader of that second unit? Like when the game is on the line and KD's out for like 3 to 4 minutes, like who can you count to put in to help Kyrie, or vice versa if Kyrie's out and it's only KD on the floor? So I feel like they both stay for that reason and just accept their roles.
And you brought up a good point about bringing up Kyrie and his health. I would keep Dinwiddie for that reason because you don't know what you're going to get from Kyrie health-wise throughout a whole season. And Kyrie, I'm pretty sure Kyrie is going to do the load management thing next season, just depending on if he stays healthy. He's going to do load management. So I would have Dinwiddie at least stay there and have him content in that role and have him comfortable in that role if I'm the Brooklyn Nets. But we should be talking about how Steve Nash is going to adjust with this team. How is he going to adjust?
Because that's something that was kind of a surprise hiring to me. I thought forget the guy's name that was the interim head coach.
Jacques Vaughn.
I thought he did an exceptional job stepping into that role, and I honestly thought they were going to try to offer him the head coaching position. But I mean, I somewhat understand the Steve Nash thing because you have Kyrie there, but it somewhat doesn't make any sense that you get rid of Kenny Atkinson for Steve Nash. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like Kenny Atkinson was more developmental than I would say a Steve Nash is. I think Kenny Atkinson was more of a developmental coach, and he was around when the Nets weren't really anything. So you wanted him there to develop talent, but I don't think he was the coach to elevate your team to the next level, like they're hoping Steve Nash is.
Well, I mean, he didn't even get a shot.
Yeah, it's true too.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's
like they probably didn't see that for him though. Like,
yeah, but I didn't see it either. I didn't see the fit.
You didn't see
with Atkinson, even with the net. Even if Kyrie and KD played last season, I still don't. I think they would have underperformed because of the coaching more than it was the talent on the floor. Because I think KD and Kyrie on court is a good pairing. I think their games will coincide together. But it's just like the attitudes and what you're gonna get off the court. Will that spew onto the court?
Yeah. See, let me ask you guys this: do you think that the pairing of the two could potentially be another Russell Westbrook KD thing?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
Why
because the problem with Russ was he wanted to be the number one. And Russ was taking a lot of the late game shots. I don't think Kyrie has been in a position where he's been with LeBron. So he knows what a number one is, especially on a championship team. So he's been that number two and been that closer for that team. So I feel like he knows how to take a step back for KD. But Russ really didn't take that step back like he should have.
I think it's because Russ has the mentality. I see Mamba mentality in Kyrie, but I see it way more in Russell Westbrook. And I see it in Westbrook to the point of where he's super aggressive. Like when the game is on the line, Westbrook has that idea of I want the ball in my hands. Like, and KD, like up to recent years, like early in KD's career, he had that mentality of I want the last shot. But you've seen around the later years of him in OKC, he started developing the mindset of, wait, I might not want the ball in my hands. Maybe I want to do like LeBron and just let the smartest play happen. Mm-hmm. And Westbrook was like, you the number one player on the team, like, and you got this, I don't know, pass first mentality, like, or I'll take the shot if I feel the shot's right. Westbrook's like, no, like, give me the ball. Like, I'm going to make it happen if you don't want to make it happen. So I feel like that's the only distinct difference between the two when it comes to their mentality to the game.
Okay. Because my whole thing was that I was actually thinking that it could somewhat be like that in terms of, like, Quincy, you said something about Kyrie wanting to be the number one guy in Cleveland. And we saw what it was like with him as the number one in Boston. And that was trash. Like, it didn't work out for him.
But he sees that, though.
Do you think he learned the lesson, though? That's the
I think he did. Because I think that apology to LeBron was more like I see it now. I see what you were going through type shit now. And I think, like I said, I think the experience with LeBron will help him in this situation. I really do. And I think he did learn his lesson. I really do. Especially underperforming that last season, I think he did learn his lesson. And he found out that he did need more help than, that.
Dude refused to stop shooting and refused to pass the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even want to get into that. But I could see them doing well in the East. I mean, it's the East. But I think it's going to be interesting to see what they do next season, especially with us having a shorter season anyway. I mean, do we really see the load management come into play that much? You know what I'm saying? Because it might be like 50 games this season.
Still, bro, you gotta wait. You gotta make sure Kyrie gets to the end because there's no promises.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting though. But
the only thing is like less games means each game is way more important than
that's true.
Last season. So do you want to give him that extensive time off and possibly, like, let's say you got a 10-game stretch, like one every other day or one every 2 days or something like that, and you're only playing a 50-game season, that section of your season, like, it might be a tough couple matchups back to back. Do you want to let Kyrie spit some of those and risk your standings, or you want to let him play?
Yeah, and I was going to say that if they're shortening the season, it might be more back-to-backs. I don't know if they're going to spread out the schedule. I don't know how the schedule is going to be, but it might be more back-to-backs, to Edgar's point.
It might be. And honestly, if we do see that, though, I think – honestly, I don't see them having regular games where you have the crowd and everything like that. I think it's going to be another bubble thing.
That's what they were saying. There's gonna be another, but it's gonna be like regional. I was hearing it's gonna be like regional bubbles.
Yeah, which is gonna be interesting to see how they do that.
Yeah.
So I think less time to travel and stuff like that could actually play a part into how that goes, because we've seen that with this bubble, like how that's gone with less travel. The playoffs have been a neutral site. I'm actually starting to like that. I don't know why, but I'm starting to like the neutral site thing.
Yeah. But what is the motivation during the regular season? What a lot of players would be asking. What is the motivation?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is there to play for if there's no home court? Like, we can beat up on the trash teams and still make the playoffs.
Oh yeah.
There ain't no motivation to actually get to the number 1 seed, and that can hurt ratings even more than what they're hurting right now.
For sure.
I didn't think about it that way.
Yeah, I didn't either. That makes a lot of sense. But like, so with the playoffs though, what has been the most intriguing matchup to you guys
so far, or moving forward?
So far,
it got to be that Donovan Mitchell, Jamal Murray, man.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it before, man. That's probably the best guard matchup, bro, I've probably ever seen in my life, dog. 40, 50 felt like every night. That was definitely the best guard matchup, man. It was the ending was bittersweet for me because midway through the series, I did want Utah to win it. There was something about Utah felt like right to me. But you know what I'm saying? The better team won the series. So shout out to Denver.
Yeah, I agree. Better team won. I was telling Quincy earlier, it's like Donovan Mitchell isn't by himself, but it's to the point where if Mitchell doesn't perform and give you this type of performance throughout a series, you can damn near hang it up on Utah, as opposed to Jamal Murray in Denver, to where he has Jokic, he has MPJ. You know, he has a bunch of different supporting cast members around him, where he doesn't have to be the guy to like perform like this every single night, which is what we've seen in Game 7. He wasn't even the man of the hour in that game.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like the series. That was a good series. I was pulling for Denver to win that series, actually.
Me too.
I don't know like what this does for Utah though. Like, do you? Because I know they don't have much that they need to go back to the drawing board on, but I know there's people going to be talking about, there's going to be a lot of rumors of Donovan Mitchell now having to move somewhere else.
Donovan Mitchell not going nowhere.
I was about to say, I don't think
he about to sign that extension. Hey, you
throw that money. I'm just saying that's the rumors. That's
okay.
What we're gonna,
yeah. We talked about that before.
Mitchell moving or Gobert moving, whatever the thing is. I don't think they need a dynamic shift in the roster, but I mean, I think what we're seeing is the result of having a stacked conference. Like, do you move forward? Will the league institute the 1 through 16, seeding, or do they keep the Western Eastern Conference as is? But I think he does need some help in Utah.
But I don't think that's the difference though. Like the East, even if they did put it 1 through 16, I still don't like what are they in the East though? Like what is Utah in the East? Still a 4th seed, 3rd, 4th seed?
Somewhere around there.
I don't think it's that much of a difference, even if you do 1 through 16. I don't see a big jump for Utah.
What seed were they this year? They were 6.
I think they were. Yeah.
So I don't see a big
jump. Like 3 spots, three, maybe 4 spots.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying like I think it's going to be one of those things that we see like in terms of their ability to succeed and actually win a championship. Like, what's the best course of action? And I think their best bet is to get the 1 through 16, because I don't think they're going to be able to do that in the West. The West is too stacked for them to even.
Oh yeah, they're not reaching the finals.
They're not reaching the finals.
They're going to be an organization that thrives off of just continuously making the playoffs.
Yeah.
And this is what I would say about Utah. Like, them losing Gordon Hayward was big. I feel like if Gordon Hayward was still here with Donovan Mitchell and all the pieces that they have right now, like, they are a serious contender. Take away Gordon Hayward's injuries. If he was healthy, I'm saying they're a serious contender with the Lakers and with the Clippers. They up there with them. But losing him, you only have one dynamic wing. Joe Ingles is good, but he's not dynamic. Royce O'Neal is solid, but he's not dynamic. They're missing that other dynamic wing that you're supposed to have, and they do not have it.
Yeah, because that's gonna be the question. Do you look to trade one of those guys, or what's the case? Rudy Gobert to me is I think he's one of those guys that this actually really hinges on, because he's a really, really good player, but he's a little easy to mess with. He's a little easy to mess with.
Like, what you mean? What you mean with that?
To get into his head.
He's sensitive, basically.
He is a sensitive
guy. I thought you meant I thought you meant like literally from his play style. I thought you meant by that.
No.
Oh, if you were talking emotion, then
mentally, he is one of those guys that's easy to mess with.
You know, if Shaq was playing in today's era with them old school era themes, man, Shaq would be all over that boy.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Oh, yeah. Man, he cook him every game.
If he get eaten up by Jokic, my nigga, of course. Of course. My nigga. That nigga like Sean Bradley.
If Prime Shaq playing today, he dropping 40 every game.
For sure. Yeah, for sure. But that to me is going to be what really determines like what's Utah's ceiling is how Rudy Gobert is able to really kind of like lock in, because you saw there's a lot of times where he just gave up on possessions in this series, and you can't do that. You can't do that. I mean, and you could see that they were messing with him. Like, he went over and like kicked the chair or whatever. He's got the worst aim of any player I've ever seen. You remember when he tried to knock the water bottle off of the table or whatever? He's got a horrible aim. I don't know what the hell is wrong with him. He can shoot pretty good, but he's got a horrible aim when it comes to knocking stuff up.
The sideline is the funniest.
Yeah, man. Yeah. But welcome, Dwayne. Welcome to the show. But yeah, I think
Let me ask you this, Derek. What would you trade for Gobert, bro? Because you got to think about Gobert contract.
That's what I'm about to say. That contract, I don't think you're gonna be able to.
I think like in one of his last years of his contract, he getting $50 million in the last year of his contract. Yeah, and he's real one dimensional. So who traded for that contract?
Let me ask you this: if this is
the Knicks.
Well, no, the Knicks would definitely do that. The Knicks and Kings would hands down jump on that contract. But let's just say, hypothetically, what would you guys think about swapping Embiid and Gobert?
Nah.
You think it's pretty much the same thing?
I feel like
because he can't even shoot. At least Embiid can stretch it out a little bit, but he more in my way than Embiid is. If I'm being serious,
that's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's a good thought. And yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where you have to wonder like what player could actually step into that position. And I'm just saying, because I'm not saying this would happen, but just the reason why the thought came to mind, because you're in that position now where Philly is going to have to do something, right? They can't move forward with these two guys forever. So I think this next season will be their last season. But if that is the case, like contracts almost match up, right?
Like, actually, I can tell you who's probably dumb enough to take that trade. It might even be Houston if this small ball thing doesn't work out for them in this upcoming matchup that they have. Because
Houston.
But who are you trading if you Houston?
Yeah, that's what.
Knowing Daryl Morey, there is no telling. You guys shouldn't be surprised at who they move at this point, because they got Westbrook, for crying out loud. And look at his contract at the time with OKC. Nobody thought Westbrook was going to end up getting moved, and look at what happened. If anybody can make that work, it's Daryl Morey. He has pulled out.
Not even going to lie.
Daryl Morey need to be worried about getting fired, man. Everybody get fired, them niggas don't win soon.
I ain't even going to lie. If you get, I'd rather go through a rebuild process than trade for Gobert. I'd rather just completely rebuild at that point.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I mean,
because I'm just thinking about when James Harden was playing with Dwight Howard. So if you got Embiid and James Harden, and that nigga Harden not passing that nigga the ball in the post, he gonna still do his same thing. My nigga, you ain't stopping my shine at all, brother. He gonna keep doing him.
He's gonna tell Embiid the same thing Kobe told Shaq: get it off the rebound.
Yep.
Get it off the rebound. I do agree that Houston is going to have to be a team that we already know they're not winning the championship this year, but they're going to have to figure something out, they're gonna definitely have to figure something out because the only reason why they even won that game last night is because Steven Adams didn't roll to the basket.
Oh yeah, it was on OKC that lost. Like
that wasn't Houston winning.
I was telling bro, I was like, I still don't even trust Steven Adams to make that basket if I'm OKC. But because how he's been playing this whole entire series, he hasn't even
could have drawn a foul.
Basket. He hasn't even been looking at the basket. He grabbed the ball and looking for somebody who's gonna shoot it. That's what I'm saying about Steven Adams. So if he get that ball, if you pass him that ball in that situation, is he taking that shot or is he looking for somebody to pass it to?
When the lane is wide open, nigga, you better drive.
Yeah, if you don't drive, I ain't gonna lie. If you got a wide open lane and you pass it to me, I'm finna cuss you out. I'm gonna shoot my shot and then right after I shoot, I'm cussing you out.
Can I say this though? I thought James Harden didn't play defense. But my man made the game-winning block. Derek, Edgar.
Hold on. I never said.
You rock with James Harden, Dwayne? You rock with James Harden?
I never said Harden didn't
I'm not on the
defense.
James Harden train, but I don't.
Well, you a hater
his defense though. I don't ever clown his defense. You know what I'm saying? I just clown his clutchness. You know.
Thank you, Dwayne.
That was a clutch block.
A clutch block.
That was a clutch block.
That was a clutch play though.
But
I gave him credit once. I'm not doing it twice.
Yeah. I've never said that he can't play defense. I said he doesn't. There's a difference.
You ain't getting out of this.
No.
If I can't get out of this, you're not getting out of this.
Yeah, you're not.
It's fine. I'm not trying to get out of it.
It's in my archives.
I'm not. Listen, my biggest thing about James Harden was the fact that I hated how he's changed the game in terms of how players, have to try and shoot that high velocity shot. Different things like that, especially with crying for fouls and stuff like that. Because that's something totally other than his defense. Houston isn't a defensive team. So it's not just Harden, it's the entire team that does not really play high intensity defense. They allow their opponent to shoot and try to get the rebound. That's pretty much what they do. So that's not my thing. My hang up on Harden. It was a great block. That was an excellent block. And excellent, even though forget that guy's name. What was his name?
Dort.
Dort. Okay.
I thought it was Dort.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never heard of him. But even though he was out of bounds for Harden to still jump like he was playing dodgeball, I thought that was a great move as well. So salute to him. I have nothing bad to say about Harden, but like Kobe said, you're not winning championships playing like that. He's just not.
He's past.
And Kobe hasn't been proven wrong yet with that. So
he's past the championship phase. I told y'all before. In 2017, 2018, they was in Game 7. Chris Paul got hurt. That was the
time
to win. That's what I'm saying. He's past it now. That was those couple of seasons when they was pushing the Warriors to 7 games. That was his championship window. Yeah, he's past it now. He's still a great player, and that's why I still got to get on y'all. I still got to remind y'all he's still a great player.
So who's more likely to get on the right team and win a championship coming off the bench as a role player? Chris Paul or Carmelo Anthony?
Ain't none of them coming off the bench.
I was gonna say Chris Paul ain't
coming off no bench.
That's not happening.
He's gonna have to
not after that season.
In your scenario, I would say Chris Paul.
Or Melo?
Mm-hmm.
Are we talking about prime
current
Melo?
team?
What you talking about?
No,
I'm talking about in their current states.
Oh,
because
yeah.
even though Chris Paul's coming off that season, he won't keep having seasons like this one. That decline's gonna come for him, but he'll still be able to contribute. So that's why I say bench, because at some point he will have to come off the bench for somebody.
Hey, you paying Chris Paul $37 million, my nigga. Trust me, he ain't coming off no bench. That
money's gonna run out. I guarantee you, he'll still be in the league, and that money will run out.
So to answer your question, I would say Melo. To answer your question,
CP3.
Ooh, split decision. Oh,
Melo not winning the championship.
Melo's pride is gone. Melo don't got the same pride no more. So Melo, I've been out the league for a year.
I don't know. I might have to give that to Melo.
Yeah.
I might have to give that to Melo because look at the Portland Trailblazers were not your prototypical 8th seed. right? Like, and to me, the only reason why they did not win that series against the Lakers was because of the fact that the Lakers had rest. They had to go on that crazy rampage to even get into that position.
Oh no, the Lakers was going to win regardless.
I mean, the Trailblazers were my favorite team to be able to challenge the Lakers. Outside of the Clippers, they were my favorite team to challenge the Lakers. But I'm saying, like, I think the only reason why they did not win that series or did not get a chance to really, win it was because Zach Collins was hurt. Dame went out, and
no Trevor Ariza.
Yeah, and you also didn't have as much rest between series. Between the seeding game to the series. So that to me plays a factor, but I'm giving that to Melo over CP3. I'm giving that to Melo over CP3. Just by an edge, though. By an edge.
It's not even close to me.
Yeah.
It ain't even close.
I'm doing because what Chris Paul has been able to do with the Thunder has been miraculous. To be completely honest, I didn't expect the Thunder to even be a playoff team this year.
I'm taking CP3 because that leadership role that he's still able to have and like the effect that it has that translate to wins. That's really why I'm picking CP3.
So you mean CP3 is going to start?
No, I'm saying like he can still, whether he starts or comes off the bench, like that leadership mentality, that mentality like is way more superior than Melo's, and I feel like that translates to wins more than Melo's does.
Well, the reason why I'm choosing Portland though is because I like their roster more than OKC's.
Mm-hmm.
They have a little more depth. Mm-hmm. It has nothing to do with the two players because when you talk about leadership, Chris Paul is hands down a significantly better leader than Melo is. But in that scenario though, I got to go with Portland and Melo. That's if he stays in Portland. I know the Knicks are again looking to try and bring him back, so it depends
on
how much money.
He goes back to the Knicks. He doesn't care about winning.
Oh no, he doesn't. No, he didn't. He showed he didn't care about winning when he decided to choose the Knicks over the Bulls. So I have nothing else to say about that.
Absolutely. As a Bulls fan,
when that man showed he cared more about money than winning, I was like, championships out the window for this guy.
Over, especially as a starter. As a starter. Yeah.
He was supposed to be in Bosch's position with the Heat, so that does make sense.
I'm glad he didn't come. If we're keeping it a beam, Bosch was a better fit.
It wouldn't have worked.
Bosch was a better fit.
Yeah. He was most definitely. He was definitely because especially from a mentality perspective, because you had three guys that were leaders of their team coming
top
together.
5 players at that time. Shit.
Yeah. So for him to be able to go from being the guy to being into a supportive role, Melo wouldn't have been able to do that. Not at that time.
Not trading him.
Nah, that was definitely the much.
Only reason D-Wade was willing to take the step down that he did was because he's like a couple years older than Bron, and injuries were slowly but surely starting to take effect.
Yeah, he definitely had more wear and tear.
I could still be the number one guy if nobody else comes, but if somebody else comes, I could definitely take a step back. So.
Yeah. But so we have some of these matchups moving forward, coming out of the first round. But what are your favorite matchups that you're looking forward to with that?
Favorite matchup?
Yeah.
I mean, that Denver and Clippers one is that's a 5-gamer. That one easy.
Oh, what?
That's a 5.
No.
That's a 5-gamer.
Maybe 7.
The best one? Damn, it's like by default at this point because all the series feel like they up 2-0. Like Milwaukee up 2-0, Boston up 2-0. So I would have to say that Houston Lakers one is the most intriguing, I guess.
I'm going with Clippers and Denver.
That's my favorite one.
Yeah,
that's my
Clippers
favorite
Denver. Clippers Denver for sure. That's the only possible.
Does Denver have a chance to beat the Clippers?
Yes.
Yeah,
I think so.
They actually do.
Y'all niggas crazy.
Not, they actually do.
Have a chance.
Y'all niggas crazy. If y'all think Kawhi Leonard losing to Denver,
different question. You said, do they have a chance? Not will they?
I don't think they have a chance.
I didn't even think Dallas had a chance to go 6 games, let alone push them to 7 and almost get them out.
But did Dallas win?
That's a great point.
They didn't, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
Well, Porzingis
without Porzingis.
Like, they won Porzingis. I'm telling y'all, Kawhi's willpower is crazy. I've seen it.
If you add Porzingis to that lineup.
Yes, but who was the guy that wasn't showing up in that series up until like what, the last 2 games?
You talking about Paul?
That's
a different story. That's a different story.
But we'll see now. There's no excuses now.
I was more worried about the Mavericks and them stopping Luka than I'm worried about Denver right now. I'm not worried about anybody on Denver that I need to stop.
So
Jamal Murray probably gonna have that one game where he sparks up, but man, I ain't really worried about that.
He gonna have about 2 or 3 of them. I'm gonna let you know that.
Easily.
Who you got stopping him on the Clippers?
Who I have? My nigga, we have elite perimeter defenders. They probably was playing around last series, but they have
playing around. No.
Clippers were playing around.
We're not gonna do that.
They have Luka Doncic on that team. Who has stopped Luka Doncic? Nobody. But we just seen
Jamal Murray over these past 5 to 6 games.
They were playing the Jazz, and he was getting 8.
Don't act like the Jazz were second. Don't do that.
You do that?
Don't do
yes,
that.
I'm gonna do that.
Utah
I promise you, Jamal Murray would not have a 40-point game in this series. He would not.
How much you want to bet?
I put $5.
I bet cheese on that, my brother. He ain't letting that shit happen.
$5.
Why Leonard say, hey,
40-point games.
Hey, Pat, let me get Jamal real quick. Shut all that shit up. I'm shutting all that down.
I'm recording this real quick. It's like,
hey, Pat, let me talk to you real quick. I got him.
$5.
He ain't gonna pull a Giannis. He ain't gonna pull a Giannis and say I listen to my coach.
He's gonna get 40 or more points in at least 2 games. All right.
Is that what you're saying? 2 games, he getting 40 is what you're saying?
At least 2 games.
I think that's easily happening. I think that's easily.
I would say Jokic eat more than.
I'm recording it now. $5. $5 on the line.
Hey,
y'all crazy.
It's out there.
You
sleeping on Michael Porter Jr. Don't act like he can't.
They
not even playing that man. Why I gotta sleep on it if the coach don't trust him? Shit.
Wow.
Man,
all of this energy towards MPJ, you was just on his train.
Whoa. I love MPJ. I love MPJ. But if the coach don't trust him, to play, how can I love him? If he not getting no PT. God. Tell me how much PT Michael Porter got last series. I'll wait.
That might also be a matchup thing.
Let me look.
It might also be a matchup thing. Because Enes Kanter was playing high minutes in the Philly series, and he hasn't stepped on the floor against Toronto.
Enes Kanter is Enes Kanter, man. I ain't worried about Enes Kanter.
I'm just saying. It's about matchups, bro. It's about matchups. Porter might be able to do something more.
I would say MPJ has a better series than Jamal Murray, too. I would give y'all that. So
what?
Jamal Murray and Jokic will have a better series than – or not Jamal Murray, but Jokic will have a better series than
17 minutes in Game 7. Hold on.
13 minutes in Game 7. Is that what you said?
17 minutes.
This dude
17 minutes. And so if the coach don't trust him, bro, how can I love him?
28 minutes in Game 6.
Huh?
28 minutes in Game 6.
Ooh.
Hold on. I'm going to go to Game 5. Hold on, shit.
He didn't play that much. That's what y'all need to get. I was watching the games.
34 minutes in Game 5. Like, come on.
What is he doing? What is he doing out there? Please tell me the stats.
15 points, 5 rebounds, 1 assist in Game 5.
Okay. And they won Game 5. Okay.
That's Game 6. 2 points, 12 rebounds, and 1 assist.
Right. Don't try to throw that 12 rebounds in there. 2 points.
12 rebounds is
12 rebounds.
All right. I see how y'all doing.
You can't,
man. If it's on Marcus Smart, it counts.
Marcus Smart is on the floor and he'll have 2 points, but his plus minus is like plus 20, plus 22 because of what he does in the game, other things, and just scoring.
10 points, 2 assists, 9 rebounds in Game
7. 9 rebounds, almost a double.
Y'all giving me mid. Y'all giving me mid and telling me it's fire. That's what y'all telling me right now. Y'all giving me mid stats and telling me it's fire.
We're giving
all right. Y'all can keep going with this.
Those are key things in a game where Jamal Murray was already.
And that's cool,
off.
But I don't like how Michael Porter Jr. is being compared to Marcus Smart.
No, I'm not comparing to. Bro, listen. Who am I choosing between the two? Marcus Smart every day, 10 out of 10. But what I'm saying is that you can impact the game in other ways than just scoring.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the case. Though. Marcus Smart has been on the floor, not in the playoffs, but he has been on the floor and only scored 2 points. But he'll have a plus of like plus 20, plus 22, somewhere in that range.
And you just asked what is he doing on the floor, and
those are 2 different styles of plays. Like who is Michael Porter?
If he's getting 12 rebounds and 2 points, that's a good plus.
All right.
That's a good
plus. That's solid.
I could pull up second chance points that these rebounds were contributed to.
It don't matter, bro. We can move on. Are we on this conversation?
I got the Clippers. I got the Clippers winning the series.
We're talking about 12 rebound games. Like, what are we talking about here?
I have the Clippers winning the West.
Me too. I still do.
So yeah, of course they're gonna win the series, but it's not a wash. Nah, I'm not treating Denver like Sacramento, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's not a wash.
It don't matter. It could have been the Jazz. It could have been the Nuggets. It could have been whoever. I could have been out there playing for the Jazz. Them niggas, they beat.
I think it possibly could go 7.
Just give me $5. Just give me my $5 at the end of the series. That's all I want.
Did I just hear somebody say 7 games? Denver and Clippers.
Oh yeah.
It's possible. Like Edgar said, if they went 7 with Dallas, what makes you think they're not gonna go 7 with Denver?
All right. Dallas has a dynamic
without Porzingis
dominating the ball.
Without Porzingis.
Porzingis is not that big of a deal. Tell me how much.
Porzingis.
Tell me how much Porzingis was aaveraaging this season.
They didn't win games when he was playing.
Tell me that cannot be replaced.
Okay.
He averaged 17 points this game. That can be replaced and was being replaced.
You didn't think Dallas was dead in the water when Porzingis was ruled out for the series?
Hold the hell on.
It don't matter. They was losing regardless.
No. But did you think they were dead in the water when they announced that?
It don't matter if I think they dead in the water.
I thought they were dead in the water. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Dead in the water or not.
The series was over.
Losing the series.
Yes. And then hold on. On top of that, Luka had an ankle sprain.
Yeah.
Luka is somebody who dominates the ball consistently. It doesn't matter if he has Porzingis. It doesn't matter who he riding with.
How much did you say Porzingis averaged?
No matter who rocking with him.
How much did you say Porzingis averaged?
Does he not average 18, 19 points a game?
Let me tell you where you're wrong. This man averaged 20 points a game, 2 blocks, and 9 rebounds.
Oh,
was that not replaced?
If they had
Porzingis, was that not replaced?
I don't see who's replacing that.
Trey Burke was replacing that easy.
Trey Burke stood up
and Bojan Bogdanovic was replacing that easy. You combine all that, they're replacing him. Why do you think they're winning games?
So imagine that
big of a factor. They wouldn't be winning games
in the series. Then.
That's what we're saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. Imagine.
I don't agree at all.
So
y'all telling me Dallas win that series if Porzingis helps?
They had a great chance of winning that series.
It's a neutral court, home field advantage.
And I have bro. Doc Rivers is my coach. Like, I'm telling you, they still would have lost that series. They could have definitely lost that series if Porzingis was playing.
Home court advantage was not a factor this year. No
crowd. They definitely could have lost that one.
The Clippers are used to not having home court advantages. Them niggas are the Clippers. So it really don't make no difference about a home court advantage.
Dallas took them
not no difference.
And we expected that to be a sweep. And now you think
for sure.
third team in the West?
I definitely expect that to be I definitely expect mostly at most 5. At most 5.
5 and win 6.
I gave Denver 1 win.
At most 5. I didn't think that was going 7 games.
I gave Denver. I gave Dallas 1 game. I gave them 1 game.
All right, can we move on now?
Yeah, you wrong.
Y'all got y'all heart out. Y'all got y'all heart out now. But it don't matter when they doing 5. Y'all got y'all heart out. Y'all got all y'all feelings out now.
He's wrong.
Right. Y'all talking real. Y'all talking a lot about a team that got eliminated last week. So that's all right.
Hey man, just giving them their props.
Much respect to Dallas and Luka Doncic. Because like I said, I didn't expect that either. Because I was thinking 5 just like Derek. I was thinking 5 games. But hey, they pushed to 7. Congrats. But eliminated.
Okay, fellas. So
so we're moving on to the next one.
So moving on to the next one, then give me, based off who's left in this thing, what is your finals prediction from this?
Finals prediction, bro. I was rocking with the Raptors for a long time, but they getting their ass clapped. So, jeez, I still got the Clips. Coming out the West. Ooh, it's tough, bro. Am I gonna ride with my Heat?
That's what the hell I'm doing.
Fuck the Celtics.
Lakers versus Heat.
I'm riding with the Heat.
I've been riding with the Heat for like 3 or 4 months now.
But it's going to be a tough one. In the Eastern Conference Finals, it's going to be tough, though. I ain't going to lie. Because the Celtics are not a good matchup for the Heat at all.
And that's why I'm choosing the Celtics over the Heat in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, but I'm being real biased today.
Yeah, you can at least you admit it. They're getting Gordon Hayward back. Okay. Prayerfully, his wife gives birth to that baby while he's out. And he comes back for the Eastern Conference Finals. Yeah, I mean, even as they are right now, they're a better team than Miami. So I'm saying I'll say that goes 6. But Boston's winning the East, and I'm sticking with my prediction the Clippers coming out the West. To me, it's been Boston, LA matchup since the preseason. That's what I predicted. So I'm still rocking with that one.
Yeah, I'm going Lakers and Heat for the finals. Well, for the Eastern Conference Finals, I'll say it'll be the Heat and Boston. I got that going 7 games. Heat winning that. Heat going to the finals. They're going to lose in probably like 4 or 5 against the Lakers. So,
you capping like shit.
Wow.
All right.
5?
The disrespect. They might as well not even go if they're going to get swept.
Gentlemen sweep.
Might as well not even go.
4 or 5.
I'd rather the Celtics.
Nah,
3, 4 or 5.
Get out of here, man. Nah, Boston's going to the finals, and they will not lose. If they go to the finals, they're not losing.
What?
What did you just say?
They go to the finals, they're not losing.
Hey, Dwayne, bro, what you thinking, bro? I don't want to
No, I'm dead serious. Dwayne, has that not been my prediction the entire season?
It has been his prediction, fellas.
I'm sticking with my prediction. I'm just sticking with my prediction.
As you know, he's a ride or die Celtic.
How much of that is being a Boston fan?
That's not being a Boston fan. That's not being a Boston fan.
I don't give a damn how much I love the Heat. They're not being the Lakers, even though I got them in that matchup.
Okay, have you seen Boston versus LA this season?
It's been down to the wire, but Lakers have won
those
games.
Great games. Great games. And we had guys missing and still pushed them to the edge. So yeah, we had those guys.
Boston versus the Lakers. I got the Lakers in 5.
That's fine. Not happy. Because who's guarding Kimba?
Who guarding Bron? Who guarding
No.
AD?
Who's guarding Kimba? Who's guarding Tatum?
We've already seen how the Lakers guards. We was talking shit before, but we seen how the Lakers guards can press up on Lillard and McCollum. So I wouldn't sleep on them too bad.
I'm not sleeping on them. I'm not sleeping on anyone. Y'all ain't seen me celebrate on social media at all against beating the 76ers or about on the edge of beating the Raptors right now. Y'all ain't seen me say one thing on social media. I'm not overlooking anyone, but I think it's gonna be it's a bigger fight in the West, which will weaken those guys more.
It's Bron. Ain't shit getting weakened.
Okay.
Ain't shit getting weakened.
All right. I'm sticking with my prediction. My prediction has been solid this year. I'm sticking with that prediction. Boston will get banner 18 if they get to the finals.
This is your solid, and this is your solid Birkin.
Hey, look! Don't let Boston win. Don't let Boston win a title.
He ain't saying much. Dwayne, what do you think, bro? You being real quiet.
Quincy, I mean, you know how when Derek goes off on the Celtics, man, I gotta let him explain his case because y'all know he gonna fight.
You gotta learn how to cut him off early. You gotta learn how to cut him off early.
I mean, truth be told, I am definitely going with. I agree with you, Quincy. I'm going Clippers versus Heat in the finals, personally. As far as Boston is concerned, it's not that I don't doubt them. They could very well go, but I don't. Pat Riley, man, it's something different coming with Miami right now, man. I feel it. I feel them going to the finals, and it's something about this. It's gonna be an old school type of feel in this finals. And matter of fact, if somehow Boston does beat, the Heat, because I know it's gonna be a great series either way. That's gonna be a grit and grind. And then the Clippers going to come with a grit and grind. And it's going to be a grit and grind type of finals. You know what I mean? So I got that going. I mean, in LA's case, battle of the LA team's going. We do know that much. But I'm going to lean more Clippers than Lakers just because I trust their supporting cast a little more than I do the Lakers supporting cast. I know AD and I know LeBron are going to bring it. But I don't trust Danny Green all the time. I don't trust – some of these other. I know Rondo's supposedly coming back, but I don't really,
X Factor.
Yeah,
I'm trusting Caruso. I'm trusting Dwight Howard.
I do trust Dwight.
I don't trust
Kuzma.
I'm not trusting Kuzma at all.
Yes.
What the hell has Kuzma shown you?
Okay.
See, this is the thing I don't get about y'all, man.
Kuzma has shown nothing.
What the hell has Kuzma shown you to say that he's trustworthy?
It's coming.
Trustworthy?
It's coming.
You can trust that?
He says it's coming.
It's coming.
I hope it comes soon, man. You ain't got much time.
I will not lie that the Rockets are a better matchup for Kuzma than the Blazers were. He
Yes.
does have a better matchup. So if he does something this series, I will see it.
No, we're bound to see it. They're a smaller team. Like they're gonna be hurt. They're gonna be wide open. So I don't expect the Rockets to get more than one game. They might get swept.
Whoa.
The Rockets might get swept.
Whoa. You said Rockets get swept?
They might. I said they might.
Lakers in 6.
Yeah, I know you're the host, but can you hit end meeting?
No, I'm saying because LA is so big, it's very possible they could lose in 4 or 5. The Rockets, they most definitely could. They barely got out of that last series. And Steven Adams is not AD. Steven Adams is not JaVale McGee attacking the rim or Dwight Howard.
AD is not. Well, yeah. I mean,
that's what I'm just saying. Like in those situations, like what we just saw last night, that's not happening if you have AD, JaVale, or Dwight on the floor. Not happening. Not happening. So LA to me is they're winning that 1 in 4 or 5. That's not even a question. But sorry, Kuzma in this series is not going to be someone that I look at and say, oh yeah, because he's going off on the Rockets, he's showing me something. No, I need to see that in the regular season. I need to see that against Portland. I need to see that. I need to see that all the time. I need to see that all the time. It can't be you're flashing.
We're talking about a road to the
I don't like that. I don't like that. No, I need to see you be consistent.
That boy digging in his pocket, huh?
This is annoying, bro. Kuzma is not someone that I can trust. I don't see how you can say that nigga is trustworthy, bro. How?
You're bringing up regular season games for the playoffs.
Yes. I need to see it all the time. It can't be that you just have 1 or 2 games spurts. You having good games, and then all of a sudden you stop. No, you're gonna be a third. If you're gonna be a third player, you're gonna be that third guy on that team. Yeah, you can't be inconsistent spurts.
It's coming. That's all I'm gonna say.
I guess
I've heard that for the last 4 years.
I can see where he's coming from.
I can see where he's coming from. I mean, if you're comparing LeBron teams to a Chris Bosh, as we mentioned with the Heat, and a Kevin Love with the Cavs, I guess I can see what he meant. You know, those two were proven individually on their teams,
regular season and playoffs. They would show up.
Okay. Kevin Love ever got to the playoffs before he was with the Cavs? I don't remember the Timberwolves ever making it.
He never made the playoffs? Okay,
they never made the playoffs.
But he never took nights off. I've never seen him ever just not be there. That's my point. He was not streaky. Okay, I've been hearing that for 4 years.
Has he been in the league for 4 years?
You've been in the league for 4 years.
Has he not been in the league for 4 years?
No, he drafted for 3.
3? Okay. Well, even when he was in college and you're about to draft the guy.
All right, you're going back too far. You're going back too far.
Yeah,
I don't care. Kuzma's not that guy. Kuzma is not that guy. Stop that guy, bro.
We're in the playoffs.
I don't care. Stop acting like he's that guy. He's not that guy. You wouldn't be saying this. You wouldn't be saying Kuzma if he wasn't on your team.
This is my team. This is who I got winning.
Yeah, he really.
Are you not a Lakers fan?
He'll switch up.
Are you not a Lakers fan?
Sometimes he say the Lakers, sometimes he say the Heat.
No, I am a Miami Heat fan, but I am a LeBron James fan at the same time.
So he gets the switch. Is basically what he's saying.
You can't have two. You can't have multiple
teams. Just get on me.
I've been with the Celtics through thick and thin, bro. Like you can't just switch teams like that.
I'm not switching teams.
No.
You can't be bouncing around like that.
Now, you know, Derek, as a neutral person who's not the biggest LeBron fan, I can tell you, LeBron fans, you can support LeBron and not necessarily root for the team.
I understand that. I understand.
If he a Heat fan,
I'm a fan of other players as well. I'm a fan of Dame Lillard. I'm a fan of Westbrook, CP. I get that.
But that don't mean you're fans of
the team. I thought
you was real quiet when Westbrook was fucking up. I ain't hear your fan.
No. I'm a realist. Okay, I'm a fan of the guy. I'm a fan of how he plays, how ferocious he plays. But I'm a realist at the same time. But the way Edgar, that I've seen you talk on Twitter, I thought you were a Lakers fan. So my bad. Okay. All right. So you're good with the Kuzma thing then. I guess.
So then, I guess
don't give him that.
No. I'm saying for the reason why. No, I'm saying for the reason why he's saying it. It's
the Kuzma thing.
No. It's still. I don't know why you trust him, but I can see it more so now because it's not like you've been a Lakers fan. Okay, all right.
He has been a Lakers fan.
So real quick before we move on and talk a little football or something, let me ask y'all this then. Based off the two LA teams in this path to the finals before they clash, who and I could probably even ask this question for Boston as well, based off how things have been looking so far, but I'm gonna keep it strictly with LA. Have the Lakers had an easier path so far to this possible finals destination?
Shit, coming into the playoffs, I thought they had the hardest. Because I was like, you got the Blazers, then you got the Rockets, then you got the Clippers. I thought they had the hardest. I think that first round series kind of misled that question because obviously Portland didn't have all their pieces intact, but
everybody expected that series to go 6 or 7, and the Lakers were like, "Yeah, shut that shit
that
up."
First series
We got that shit done.
See, that's the thing. I more so attribute that to the fact that Portland was just, like I said before, Portland went through the gauntlet to even get in that position. Not only that, but then you have some players that weren't there. So that's what I'm attributing it to. I know people are going to think that's an excuse, but I think that's just what I attribute it to more so than the Lakers just.
And speaking of an easy path, I really feel like I'm glad you asked that question because people for years, like throughout LeBron's entire career, you're in the East. Like you got an easy path. Damn near all your career, you've had an easy path to the finals, easy path to at least the conference finals, this, that, and the third. But now he in the West, number one team in the West. Literally 4-1 the first seed, not the first seed, the first series. We're expecting him to win the second series, and you're one of the top 2 favorites to make it to the finals. So I feel like if this is a situation where he, quote unquote, easily gets to the finals again, I don't want to hear any more critiques when it comes to LeBron because I'm like, bro,
add context to that. Add context to that, bro. Because the reason why people said that about him is because he was in the East when it was just him.
But then he was also in the East as it got better.
I'm saying the reason why they were saying what he was doing in the East would not be able to be done in the West because he was by himself still making to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Cavs, right? And then when you went to Miami. You had a super team that just bulldozed everyone. Man, you're like, what, Indiana, Boston, and Chicago were the only 3 teams in his tenure in Miami that actually gave him a shot. Gave him a hard time. But, I mean, Boston was already old at that time. And Indiana put up a great fight. Bulls should have definitely won a series against Miami. But the Bulls definitely should have won a series against Miami.
They were strong competitors.
They were the strongest ones, and I think I'm not saying that they definitely should have, like, in terms of like they were the better team, but they were the strongest ones that I thought had the best chance of being able to.
I would have told you the Pacers. Hell no, I would have told you the Pacers, man. Paul George.
Do you guys not remember those Bulls teams?
Man, Derrick Rose, LeBron got on Derrick Rose, and that shit was shut the fuck down. So I don't give a damn about none of that.
Well, because Derrick Rose was the only part of that.
They were strong, but they weren't strong like Pacers was strong.
Let me stop everybody right there. That was an easy target to focus on Rose because he was the only offensive person.
Whoa.
That was a defensive team.
Whoa.
Talking to a Bulls fan, so I remember this team very well. Joakim Noah. He was not the 2013 Joakim Noah that gave you the triple doubles. He was the Joakim Noah that gave you rebounds and hustle and energy. He didn't score that well.
Well, we're going
at that time, not with MVP.
Years are we talking about?
Jimmy Butler was not on that team. Jimmy Butler was not on that team at the time. It was Luol Deng, and Luol Deng was a decent person, but he had to do
Luol
two.
Deng was way better than decent now. Luol Deng was
no. He was good, but
I had the number 1 seed in the East.
I will
consistently compared to Rose on that type of level. Luol Deng was more
offensively.
Giving, yeah, offensively.
Did y'all not have Carlos
he
Boozer?
was more of a two-way, so he was more of a defender. That was a defensive-minded team. And Thibodeau, who was a defensive-minded coach.
They were a defensive team.
Rose never had a real 2 guard.
Think of those 2 guards was a good number 2, though. He was a good number 2 because he fit with him.
He played like a high caliber.
Compared to what Miami had,
Boozer?
would you?
Boozer was number 2.
I was a low budget Boozer by that time because that was not the same Boozer from Utah. He gave doubles, yes, but compared to what he was in Utah when he was playing with freaking AK-47 and all of them, like that was a whole different level.
You can't say double and then say but.
Yeah, you really can't.
You can't.
Like, I don't know why you trying to throw that under the bus. Like
the
I
man was
5, and that's cool.
You
remember what you just said about Michael Porter Jr., sir? Remember what you just said about Michael Porter Jr. and how you said that was
you left me out to hang then, but now you want to be on my
side.
No.
See, go back and look at the numbers on Boozer, okay? Because I watched that series all 5 games, and I watched as Rose was going up and down the court, and they trapped this man trying to make everybody else do something. And Boozer was the main one I looked at, like, all right, brother, you got to do something. And he didn't do nothing because it was a quiet double-double. It wasn't stand out enough to be a difference maker. And like I said, Rose didn't have a real 2.
People that say that. I'm one of those
the only real 2 he ever had was Ben Gordon when we played Derek Celtics in his rookie year, and they were going back and forth because you had Ben Gordon shooting threes left and right. There with Ray Allen and Paul Pierce. Derek knows that series.
You saying all this.
Keith
all
Bogans,
these excuses
bro.
I'm hearing. When they would have beat the Heat, I'm hearing all these excuses.
That's what I'm saying. When would they
have beat the Heat?
If he had a decent set of pieces. Again, a defensive minded coach.
I'm going to recant what I said earlier. I'm going to recant what I said earlier.
They weren't beating.
Indiana Pacers
were
a
strong
better
because
team
of defense.
to
Yes.
beat Miami. I will recant what I said earlier.
Yes.
Okay. Indiana Pacers. I forgot they had.
That's all I needed.
Not Danny Green, but what's his name? Granger. Danny Granger.
That's
Roy Hibbert.
On 2K.
I will recant. No, Roy Hibbert. I
can't believe you just said Roy Hibbert.
Roy Hibbert, David West, George Hill.
Yeah, David West.
Yes.
I'll recant
George Hill, yes. Y'all kind of overlifted them Pacers. It was more so like
they pushed
Danny Granger. First of all,
they were pushing them 7 games like
once Paul George took over. Yeah. When Paul George took that team,
that was the real
Danny
PG.
Grange,
that was real.
Phased him out.
That was the real PG.
Yeah. Once he went PG-13, that was
Grange out. That was the real PG-13. He had his come out party.
No, he was 24. That's what I'm saying. Like when he changed from 24 to 13, that was it. Like his powers went away.
Rated R24. That's all I'm calling it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He went somewhere. I don't know. But it was.
Is that a Bulls jersey you got on? Or is that a Hawks?
This one? This is not a Bulls jersey. I actually threw a Hawks jersey on today.
Oh, okay.
For fashion purposes.
You like the Hawks?
Nah.
You see the playoffs?
Fashion purposes.
Oh, okay. Oh,
fashion purposes.
we was about to dive into something right there.
It's a nice jersey.
I saw you.
I got the Rose jersey hanging up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I wasn't gonna break that out today. I got it hanging up, man. You know what I'm saying? That's part of it.
Hawks jersey. It's a Horford.
Hey, keep that jersey though, bro. Keep that jersey, boy. All these cars selling for millions of dollars. Keep that jersey. I'm telling you, it's gonna go for millions one day.
That's my look, man. That's my prized possession, man. I love that jersey ever since I got it. You know, I keep a lot of my. You know, I'm trying to get that Jordan one. I'm trying to get a Noah one. I'm trying to get like a Pippen. A little bit of everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Just have a whole collection of them. But like the Hawks one, I just like the way they kind of switch up their jerseys. You know what I mean? Like
they do got some nice jerseys.
They got some nice jerseys.
That's the best thing to say about that team.
Pretty much, yeah. They'll have you fashion on point.
That's the best thing. That's Trae Young jersey.
Was that?
That's Trae Young jersey.
Nah. This ain't even a Trae Young.
If it ain't Trae Young jersey, I need to know who that is.
Yeah.
It's Millsap, bro.
Hey, let's move on to the next topic.
It's Millsap, bro. Look, exactly. Hey, but while y'all playing, Millsap was on that team that LeBron
He was
swept.
good. He was
Remember
good.
that.
Did they get swept? Did they get swept that year?
Don't be sleeping on Millsap, bro. Look. Y'all know good well. Remember, Millsap helped win that 60-something with Atlanta.
I don't even remember the 60 wins. I don't even remember the 60 wins. I just remember the sweep by Brown.
Nah, you know what I remember about that? That's what led to Al Horford coming to Boston.
It is. Ironically, what's so funny is that's exactly the same coach that's about to mess around and get the Bucks swept in about another 2 games. So, hey, it's all good. The coach
I have a question about Budenholzer. How he a good regular season coach and not a playoff coach? Because the same thing with the Hawks. Same question we got with the Bucks.
He has a patty, Bills.
I'm mad. Hey, I'm mad. I asked
Trae Young wasn't even in the league when I got this jersey, so that's why it's not a Trae Young. Trae Young wasn't even in the league.
You should have lied to me, dog. You should have lied, man. You should have lied.
What would I have to lie? I'm a horrible liar. He wasn't even in the. I've had this jersey for like before he was in the freaking league.
You could have said Vince
No, you can't do that.
my God.
It was on clearance for crying out loud. Why was I gonna get like? Why was I
don't get one?
Hey, let's change the topic. He put himself on blast too much, man.
Just don't get
blast.
one.
I'm telling y'all truth straight up.
Just don't get
Dude
one.
wasn't in the league. It was a clearance jersey. Paul Millsap had left already at that point. All right, I'll take a Millsap jersey. Why not?
Damn, he left and that's what you got.
It was on clearance. Why wouldn't you? Like, come on, dude. I have a Josh Smith Hawks jersey in the back too.
Just don't
That's
get
all
it.
I'm saying.
Who?
Don't act like you don't know about Jay Smooth. Bro. Don't be disrespectful.
Did he say
Don't act like you don't know about Jay Smooth. Come on now.
Hey, you got all these niggas jersey. Where Joe Johnson at? The greatest player in y'all.
You can have that dude.
Johnson at?
Wasn't nobody in Atlanta talking about Joe Smooth, bruh.
I'm talking about Joe Johnson.
Wait, did you just dismiss Joe Johnson?
Yes, I did. What did he do in the
Crazy.
What
That
did he do in
is
the playoffs?
crazy, bro.
What did he do in the playoffs?
The greatest player in y'all history, in the Hawks history. You're crazy.
Heck no, he isn't. That's
is
Dominique Wilkins, son. That's Dominique Wilkins.
But Joe up there now. Don't act like Joe ain't two now. Don't act like Joe ain't two.
Heck no.
Joe is two. I forgot about Dominique, but Joe is two.
I'm gonna find a Hawks fan that's true and dear and bring him on this show.
I'll call Black right now.
Make sure
I will call Black right now.
It is not Joe
I'll call
Johnson.
Black right now. I'm glad you said that.
Now, Dominique is number one. Dominique is number one, but Joe Johnson is definitely number two. Joe Johnson is definitely number two.
Derek,
he's not lower. He's not lower than two.
I'm not downplaying the fact that Joe Johnson was a scorer in regular season. But
you got Black on the line?
No,
couldn't find nobody.
It's like 4 o'clock over there. He at work.
Come to playoffs, you couldn't find that man, bro. Where was he?
You talking about Joe Johnson? We still talking about Joe Johnson?
Millsap showed up in the
Big
playoffs
3
at
MVP.
least.
Are we still talking about the Big 3 MVP? What are we talking about here, man? That's the greatest player in y'all history, man. Bump Dominique, man. God damn it. I don't even care about Dominique no more.
Josh Smith, it's Dominique for sure, bro. Ain't no way you gonna say that's Joe. Heck no.
Hey, respect to Dominique though. Respect to Dominique. If he listening, respect to Dominique. I know y'all in Atlanta podcast.
That's reminding me, bro. That's reminding me. You reminded me of the on the sidelines group when I just had to get on somebody's case talking about Marc Gasol was better than Zebo, and I'm like, bro, no, they are even. My city looks at them evenly. Marc Gasol did get a defensive player of the year, but y'all don't sleep on Zebo and what he did. And Grind City is because of Zebo.
Yeah, I'm saying Zebo a legend.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I'm from the city. I'm like, yo.
Tennessee? That's where you at right now?
Nah, I'm in Atlanta, but I'm from Memphis. Memphis is number one in my city, bro. Like,
you have a Paul Millsap jersey.
That's all that matters.
Hey, man, I ain't worried about the name on the jersey, bro.
I don't even know if I can respect what you saying no more with a Paul Millsap jersey.
This man, y'all, hey,
we got
like.
Hey, next.
Now, keep that same energy, though.
I need you to come in with a white beat. Don't wear that no more.
Keep that same energy, bro. Because what you just saying about Paul Millsap is exactly how I feel about Joe Johnson. So that's exactly what I'm saying.
You wanted a Joe Johnson jersey, but you wanted a Paul Millsap.
That is crazy, bro. That is
crazy.
Man.
Paul Millsap actually led them to a 61 team. I didn't see Joe Johnson do that.
They had 5.
I act like Paul Millsap wasn't that number one on that team, bro. Y'all know he was.
Joe Johnson carried y'all for literally 10 years. I don't care what you talking about. Joe Johnson carried y'all for 10 years. He made y'all. He was the only person that made y'all relevant. Jay Smooth.
Joe Johnson.
That was totally Josh Smith, bro. That was all Josh Smith.
Hey, you need to be the one that click that in meeting. Cause you talking real wild.
Bruh.
You talking wild.
Man, that's crazy. Y'all crazy.
Oh, man.
Please somebody get a real Hawks fan to kind of help us.
What's the next topic?
That's topic.
We need a real Hawks fan in the building. Hawks fans, if y'all out there,
let's
please
talk about
get this in the building.
let's talk about football real fast because my Celtics about to start.
Okay. Going into football season, I'm sure, given the wild effects of up and downs of what we thought this season was going to be or not be, based off how this virus has been turning out for sports, it is alas said that we do have football season starting up. as of next week, you got your season opener. Good old New Orleans Saints. Those very stacked Buccaneers, if you will. Given that we're going into the official week 1, September the 13th, next Sunday. Fellas, what are your predictions overall? Give me some division winners. Who y'all got this year that's going to be out of these sleepers, dark horses, anything?
I'll take this
season.
I'll go last.
The season isn't finishing, so all that bullshit that you saying, division
I don't
winners,
think so either.
It's not
We
even
already
gonna
have 4 players get tested for COVID this week.
It's not even gonna matter, big dog. Hey, the first game of the season though, I got the Texans to beat the Chiefs though. Shout out to my Texans though. Shout out to Deshaun Watson though.
Deshaun Watson.
You got what?
I give him respect.
Deshaun Watson all day, bro. I'm rocking with Deshaun, bro.
Who is he throwing to?
Huh? Hey, and Deshaun.
Y'all did.
I ain't looking at all that.
Who is he throwing to?
Y'all did kind of messed that up.
Looking at that.
Hey, when you a Deshaun Watson fan, you don't look at all that.
He has to look at all that.
But I'm looking at it. Who the hell is that man throwing to?
Hey, and Deshaun, we trust, my G.
I don't care. Who is he throwing to? Who does he trust?
Deshaun, we trust.
Is he gonna catch the ball too?
How many times I gotta say?
Wait, is he gonna throw it and catch it at the same time?
Might be.
You're
Get
giving
it
me
off a
blind
damn
face
offensive lineman head. I don't know.
You're giving me blind face pick.
In the Chiefs, bruh. I got Patrick Mahomes in one of my fantasy leagues, man. I'm waiting for him to go off of this game so I can win this matchup. He is going to eat the Texans alive.
Oh, he will. He will. But in Deshaun, we trust.
I respect it.
Win last year's matchup
I respect
between
it.
Those two?
Huh?
Didn't Pat Mahomes win that matchup between those two in the shootout last year?
And he had DeAndre Hopkins.
Did he? No, he didn't. Houston won. Oh, you talking about in the playoffs?
Yeah, the playoffs.
Oh, I
when
thought
it
about regular season. I'm about to say, hey, this the regular season. This the regular season, so shit, I don't know. He might pull another rabbit out of his hat. Shit, I don't know.
Hey, man, he had D-Hop.
Huh?
He had D-Hop back then.
Oh, no, you're right. But what I just said, and Deshaun, we trust. Next game.
All right. I mean, who the hell that nigga trusts? Because I don't trust
Derek, you done? I'm ready to go.
Go ahead. Go the hell off.
Go off. Floor is yours, sir.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. I need that to be understood. So in the NFC, I'll let you talk. Can I have my turn?
That needs to be. They have no excuse. All right.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl. So just for me to say that, they are winning week 1 against the Saints. Even though as stacked as we are, people are still picking the Saints to beat us for reasons of.
Oh, you're a Tampa Bay fan.
Oh, most definitely. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting.
Born and raised in St. Pete, Bucs fan my whole life. Thought I was going to play in the NFL for them, but that didn't work out. But yeah, as far as the Texans and the Chiefs, I got Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. They definitely going to win by at least 21 points. I'm calling that right now today.
You're right.
Yeah.
And that's my prediction. But Buccaneers and the Cowboys are my. Trust me, I don't. No. I don't like the Cowboys. Let me explain.
I will miss the beginning of this game to talk about this. What?
No. Let me explain. Quincy
what
knows
about the Cowboys?
Quincy knows what I'm about to say. I don't like the Cowboys. But the same way Quincy feels the Bucs don't have an excuse to not make it to the Super Bowl, the Cowboys are the second team in the NFC that have no excuse to not make the Super Bowl.
I have a big excuse for them not to make the playoffs.
Don't say the Eagles because those are not the factor.
No, I'm not even gonna say the Eagles. Yeah, new coach Mike McCarthy.
Don't give a damn.
Okay, that's a new system. That's a new system. And
all that talent on the field, I don't want to hear it because your head coach. I don't want to hear that.
No. I don't see them winning more than 8 games this season.
Well, all that talent on the field.
I don't see it. Don't see it.
I'm gonna pull that schedule up real quick because you're
I don't care what the schedule is. They have a cupcake schedule and they're not winning it.
Who in their division? They're going to have 4 wins in their division, at least 5.
You got the Eagles, the Redskins, and the Giants.
And please don't tell me you think they're beating the Eagles.
That's 6 games. You got 2 games versus the Eagles, 2 games
gonna beat y'all. Y'all always split with them niggas. So I'll say
no, to win a division. I'm not saying we're not going to lose a game. But the division?
Cowboys' schedule is they got the Rams.
I don't know who y'all got on defense.
Cowboys got the Rams.
Solid defense. Really.
Then they got the Falcons. Then they got the Seahawks. Then they got the Browns, Giants, Cardinals, Redskins, Eagles, Steelers, Vikings, Redskins, Ravens, Bengals, 49ers, Eagles, and Giants to end the season.
I hear 7 or 8 at most.
I heard way more than that. But
they have no.
What y'all did? What did y'all do to shore up that secondary?
Darius Slay.
I did get Darius Slay.
We got Darius Slay.
Y'all got another side.
I'm sorry. No, Avonte Maddox gonna be on the other side.
He was getting toasted last year
because he had no help last year.
Y'all got Malcolm Jenkins or no? Y'all Malcolm Jenkins with y'all, right?
No, Malcolm Jenkins back in New Orleans.
Oh yeah, you right.
Yeah, Jalen Mills slid into his spot.
Oh, he did. He went to safety. Oh, okay.
Thank God, because that nigga was getting burnt.
I know. I knew he was. Yeah. I thought you were gonna say Jalen Mills on the other side.
Nah, no, hell no. If Jalen Mills over there, yeah, we losing a couple games just because of that. Yeah. But no, Avonte Maddox with Darius Slay, those two I trust. So yeah, that Eagles winning the division easily to me. That's easy.
Trust
money.
Your boy to stay healthy.
Yep. He stayed healthy last year. He stayed healthy last year. He stayed healthy his rookie year. Yeah.
Cowboys winning that division.
Hell no.
I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
7 or 8 games max for the Cowboys. I'm sorry.
I need to say it again.
And can I
make fun of them?
Can I ask? Not more than me, I guarantee it.
Oh yeah,
can I ask you who is replacing Travis Frederick as center?
Okay, you got a point there, but like I said, too much damn talent on the field. Too much damn talent.
They're exposed.
And Dak Prescott
is going to get hurt.
Whoa. Knock on wood on that one, my brother. That's a black brother.
Hey man, no. Without having a real center, I'm not saying he's gonna knock out for the season.
He kept saying that about Drew Brees. Like, stop saying that. Like, no,
don't give a damn about Drew Brees.
No, y'all gonna stop.
Hey, that nigga don't give a damn about the black community. That nigga worry about a damn flag.
I don't care. It's Drew Brees. Like, we're not gonna do that. Like,
Maga Brees don't care though.
Hey, exactly, man. Fuck Breeze, man.
But
James Winston taking that nigga spot this year. That's all I care.
Right.
But I will say, because they don't have a center, and I really believe they should have drafted Cesar Ruiz over CeeDee Lamb because they were trying to be spiteful. They should have drafted Cesar Ruiz to replace Travis Frederick. Because they did not do that, that's going to be something that is a hole on their line for sure.
You said they should have got him instead of CeeDee Lamb?
That would have been what. Listen, I get how big CeeDee Lamb is. I understand it, but I'm saying if you want Dak Prescott to stay up, who are you replacing your center with that just retired?
Dak Prescott is a mobile quarterback for a reason.
I think interior linemen are easier to replace than the tackle position. Edgar, what you just said?
Dak Prescott is a mobile quarterback for a reason.
Oh no, but I think interior linemen are more.
They're gonna go right through that line. They're gonna eat through that line.
He's a mobile quarterback.
They still got all pro linemen though.
They got some good pieces there.
And you got Zeke too. So
man, what is I look? I'm not downplaying Zeke. Not downplaying Zeke. Not downplaying him. But I'm not afraid of Dallas whatsoever.
Hey, can we talk about this conversation though? Because the running backs, I know this is y'all. I don't know if I should bring.
Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know how y'all ran.
It's not.
All right, bro. But how do y'all feel about the running back market though, bro? Do y'all feel like running backs should be paid like they're being paid right now? We see Kamara and trying to get a contract. We see Joe Mixon got a $12 million. We see Cook trying to get his. Would y'all pay a running back, bro, if y'all were building a team, bro? Do y'all think that's a good recipe?
If you're talking about a running back that's a generational talent, yeah.
But what are we calling a generational talent?
McCaffrey, Barkley, those type of players. You have someone like that, yeah, you pay those guys. Which is why I think that y'all gonna get on me, and I'm okay with it. Miles Sanders will be one of those type of quarterbacks. Running backs. I think
he's in that tier with Kamara. So would you? That's what I mean by paid. Like I mean, like just over $10 million is what I mean by paid. Because the running back average is like
what is Kamara looking for?
He's looking for like 12 to 14 is what I was hearing.
For 4 years?
I don't know how many years. Probably 4 years though. 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, that sound right. 4 years.
I mean, shoot, our running back got paid, so why not pay Alvin Kamara? I say, hey, he's top tier. Why not go for it?
Well, his.
I'm a Titans fan, my friend.
Oh, okay. I can roll
Did
with
he
that.
get 10? Did he get 10 million or 12 million? Am I tripping? I think it was 12 and a half.
I think that was. I have to go back and double check because I remember they took care of Tannehill first before.
Oh, the Tanny Wagon to go, but yeah.
Yeah, they took care of him first, and then they kind of franchise tagged him. But
I think he got 12 and a half though. I think it was 4-year 50.
I believe so.
But,
it was
that's what
it
I
was,
mean by pay. Do you
satisfying.
think that's a good recipe? Being that paying a running back hasn't always led to success for teams moving forward.
I think it depends on who you have on your team.
Yeah, it depends. I could agree with that, but then also there is this little history where it also depends on that running back too. Because some running backs, also speaking as a Titans fan, I do remember paying another running back of the past by the name of Chris Johnson from something he deserved. You know, it's not often you get a 2,000-yard season, hits the nickname CJ2K. But once teams kind of figured you out, kind of weren't as productive as you were before, and then that didn't really result too well. And before you know it, he ended up kind of let go. So, I mean, it depends on that running back and how special. Like a Christian McCaffrey, as Derek mentioned, he's worth it. He's showing he's more than just a running back. He's very versatile and is practically a receiver at this point. And I'd say Kamara has that very same dynamic. He is excellent at catching the ball, and he's clearly fast. So, I mean, he's worth money. It's just, can New Orleans pay it to him, obviously? From the looks of things, I guess they can't if they're trying to trade this guy.
His production did go down without without Ingram being there, though. So that's something to me that you need to look at. So I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, but I don't think his touches stayed the same, but his effectiveness wasn't as productive as in years before.
And that to me is something to take into consideration. But yeah, he's still a great talent. I'm not gonna be mad at him for asking for 12 to 14. I don't know what they give him though. That's the thing.
But you just paid Taysom Hill, my nigga. If you're gonna pay Taysom Hill 15,
that's
like, bro, you got to throw my man Kamara something.
That is the biggest argument for him getting paid.
Yeah,
that's the biggest argument.
I agree. He's not highest paid running back tier, but he's like a tier under that, because we know what Kamara can do if you get that power back on the same team as him, which Mark Ingram was. Mark Ingram could be swift at times, but for the most part, we know Mark Ingram could get you that extra, that 3rd and 1 or that 4th and goal. Like, he can get you that, as opposed to Kamara, who was used to getting the screen passes and running in slot formations and stuff like that. So I feel like Kamara's production went down because of that.
Which kind of makes me wonder as to why New Orleans didn't try to go after Fournette. Especially with him only going for getting I think he got $3.5 million max deal. So,
but maybe
he's gonna be at number 2 on that team. That's why that's
But maybe they did though, but he didn't want to go there. He felt like it was a better chance to win in Tampa.
I'm telling you, it's the time effect.
It's possible. It's possible.
Could be a time effect.
I told Quincy this. A lot of people are saying right now, how come the Bucks didn't build around Winston? Like, none of these pieces came and all that. I'm like, y'all got to realize, as soon as Tom Brady went there, that was a beacon for every player in the NFL. If I got a chance to leave my team, I'm going to Tampa Bay. Like, that's the one chance I got in my career where I know for a fact I got the highest chance to get a ring. So it's that
NBA effect. It's that NBA effect, yeah.
Literally. So I feel like that's what brought all these pieces over to Tampa Bay now, to give us the opportunity that we have to possibly reach the Super Bowl. But the one thing I will say with the Fournette situation is, I feel like that's why Kamara isn't asking for too much for 12 to 14 mil, because you can still bring in an extra piece similar to a Fournette for that leftover cap space that you have, considering that you did pay Taysom Hill that much. So Alvin Kamara isn't top tier Christian McCaffrey money, but he's the level below that.
And you know what? To actually piggyback off of what you had to say, Edgar, actually, I do agree with the power back situation, because I think that's another thing that takes into account of certain running backs. Like, going back to the example with Chris Johnson, he actually did better when he had Lindell White at that time because when they were smash and dash, Lindell White was that power back that kind of was in those goal line situations. He being so small and elusive, he was like the speedy back. And it's something about that 1-2 combo with running backs always seems to work better than just having one single-handed quarterback. I mean, I guess, running back, excuse me. But I guess if you, because probably since Emmitt Smith, maybe when you're talking about in terms of a running back, helping carry you to a Super Bowl, or like even an Eddie George with McNair taking, helping you go. Because I really don't remember much about who Eddie George's backup really was at that time. It was more so him carrying that load. So, but in today's NFL, it kind of seems like that 1-2 dynamic does a little better than just having one guy, which is why I'm interested in seeing Christian McCaffrey and how he does this year, kind of by himself in a sense.
I'll add on to that by saying the reason why Mark Ingram is eating the way he's eating in Baltimore is because of how elusive Lamar Jackson is. Like, Lamar Jackson runs like a receiver, but is a quarterback. So it's like you have that threat of play action to where if we give in too much to the fake of Ingram, Lamar Jackson is gone. So we gotta let Ingram eat on certain yards that on certain plays where he gets like 3-4 yards a carry or whatever, just so we can keep eyes on Lamar. So I feel like that's why Ingram gets to eat more, because you never know what Lamar is going to do in the backfield. You never know if it's going to be a play action or whatnot. So you'll sacrifice giving a first down to Ingram as opposed to a first down plus 15 or more to Lamar. So I feel like that's why Ingram is eating the way he's eating, because the threat of Lamar is so big.
Oh, I definitely agree with that. I think that Kamara's production has just dropped a little bit since Ingram left. And I mean, I don't know if he'd be willing to go there, but LeGarrette Blount would probably be someone that you would want to look at as well.
Is he still in the NFL?
Yeah.
LeGarrette Blount play for who?
I don't know. I think he's a free agent now.
I forgot who he was with last.
He was
just with somebody. Damn.
Yeah. Was it the Colts?
Let me see.
That's the Mike Tyson of the NFL. I don't know if I want him.
Man, you want to bring something up that old with that one punch?
Man,
up that Oregon situation where he punched dude.
Forever. Shit. You knocked that nigga cold out. I don't remember you forever for that one, my buddy. I don't care how many Super Bowl rings you get.
What team was this man on?
Hell no.
It's not even showing what team he was on.
Not showing
he
what
played
team.
for the Steelers. He played for the Steelers. So
I don't know.
Patriots.
His last year was 2018.
Yeah. Oh, it was 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
I could have sworn I thought he was there last season.
He was with Detroit.
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 That's right. Yeah. I don't know.
And it don't feel like he's been out that long.
It doesn't.
I mean, that would be someone you could look at too. Cheap option. But I New Orleans has a small window.
Their window's closed.
I think it's slightly cracked. Slightly cracked.
That bitch closed.
Yeah, it's closed. It's closed.
Look. The only reason why I'm saying slightly cracked is because you still have Drew Brees there.
No, he's the problem. Why you're not
left, though?
Drew Brees is not the problem.
He's been choking in the playoffs.
He's not the problem, bro.
I don't know.
These players this team just has
bad luck.
Like, they really just got bad luck. That's what it is. 2 years in a row, you damn near cheated out of making it to the Super Bowl. Nah,
what happened last year? I thought last year he fumbled. He fumbled. Didn't Drew Brees fumble last year?
Oh.
Wasn't that year he fumbled?
No. Last year or something.
They lost to the Vikings, no?
That was the year before.
They lost to the Vikings.
Minnesota Miracle.
No. The year before was against the Rams.
No, they lost to Kirk Cousins because he threw it to Rudolph.
Last year was Minnesota.
Yeah.
No, that Minnesota Miracle happened a while ago, though. That wasn't last.
Oh, this is
season.
Rudolph.
No, that's different. Yeah,
that was different.
Yeah, I think the last, because it was the same pass interference type thing. The reason why that rule was made.
That's what I'm saying. This happened like years in a row now.
It's been bad luck.
But that's what I'm saying.
It's been bad luck.
I've been giving them hope. Like they have been my preseason championship prediction, Super Bowl prediction for the past 2 years. Like I'm not going down there.
But I just feel like I don't think it's on any one player. I just feel like the team really just got bad luck. Honestly.
Yeah. I think they've had bad luck.
They reached that age to where it's like It's only so many Tom Brady's. Not every quarterback can play this old and still reach that level.
But
it's funny you mentioned Tom Brady. And speaking of bad luck, sir, I have to ask you that, being that you are a Bucs fan.
Yes, sir.
You are aware, of course, knowing the Super Bowl is in that very city.
Oh yeah, gonna be the first team to do
it. And now. Okay, now based off history, not one team. I'm sure Atlanta probably said the same thing when they thought their Falcons were going right straight to home field
that was just
a year after.
Foolish for them to blame.
Yeah,
that,
and you saw how that turned out. I mean, are you confident for 100% in knowing that with that whole jinx of not making it, teams not making it when the Super Bowl is in their city? Do you really think, given the squad, this is it? The squad's gonna overcome the curse.
Yeah.
Or the streak. Even.
I don't know what more you want me to say.
Exactly.
I can literally. You want me to list the roster? My reason is
no, we do not.
We do not.
No. My reason is gonna be the roster. That's my reason.
I feel him though, bro.
I don't doubt they can make it there. My only thing is I think that every team that has a new coach or a new quarterback is going to have a lot more struggles than they normally would.
Oh no, it's Brady. There's no struggle.
New system, bro. It's a new system. That's my only thing.
Way more weapons though.
That's true.
Them weapons
That's
make
true.
it a whole lot easier.
That's true. It does. It does. I'm just saying, like, I think that's going to be the case for every team that's got a new system in place or new quarterback, new coach. I'm going to keep along those lines. But I think of every team that has a new quarterback or a new coach, the Bucs are the best of all of those for sure, hands down. But I don't know. I don't see the Bucs making it to the Super Bowl this year.
They have no excuse.
They don't have any excuses.
But I don't see what Quincy said. Quincy said we're going undefeated. We have no excuse to not.
No, I said y'all should go undefeated, being with y'all roster is so damn.
Oh no, I'm not gonna say that.
I said y'all should go because
I
y'all
feel like
got an easy schedule. Like y'all shouldn't.
If we go undefeated, like I have to give myself an analysis.
It's not gonna happen, so don't get yourself prepared for it.
No, because I already know what I'm gonna do if we don't make it. If we don't make it to the Super Bowl, I already know what I'm gonna do.
What's that?
Like, you gonna jump over a bridge?
I know, right? Like, hold on, kind of concerned for you now, my boy.
Calm down, my boy.
If we literally if we don't make it to the Super Bowl, I'm going to Raymond James Stadium, and it's not gonna be pretty.
What is that gonna do though?
Just calm down. No, I might be on the 5 o'clock news at Raymond James Stadium. Just know that.
You're risking it for the Bucs. Remember that. This is the Bucs at the end of the day. Like, you've been through worse.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and we have no excuse to go through anything to that.
But I do believe that I'm not sleeping on Jameis Winston if he gets an opportunity to play.
Thank you.
That man,
this man be hating.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. If that man was able to do what he was able to do with that type of vision he had, I had that. I had LASIK surgery. No, I had LASIK surgery, bro. The difference between before and after, drastic.
Talk to that nigga.
If that boy can get that starting position, the Saints could do a lot of damage. They could do a lot of damage if Jameis Winston starts, for sure.
You know,
I totally
LASIK
agree.
surgery, bro. And he was doing numbers.
You got Mike Evans.
Horrible visions.
With horrible vision.
With horrible vision. The nigga couldn't see 10 yards.
All you gotta do is throw it in the air. Mike Evans like 6'6". He catching everything.
This is the NFL, nigga.
Bro,
yeah, but when you got horrible vision, you can't see about somebody cutting them off.
Mike Evans would literally run back for his route.
Catch the ball.
Listen to me. I was in the front row of my classroom, and I could not see the chalkboard right there. After my LASIK surgery, bro, I can be on the highway. I can see all signs all the way down. If Jameis Winston has that type of breakout with vision, I'm not
talk to that
James
nigga, dog.
Bro. I'm telling you.
He has new eyes.
He's got new eyes.
I think you guys really are gonna miss Jameis, man. I really do.
Ooh. Who missing who?
Ooh.
Y'all gonna miss Jameis.
Hot take?
Y'all gonna miss Jameis.
Hot take?
Y'all gonna miss him. I'm not saying Brady won't be Brady. I'm not saying Brady won't be Brady, but somehow, some way, y'all gonna find a way where y'all be like, damn, man, why we let that man go? Damn. Somehow, some way.
Just be quiet, because he gonna show y'all what I've been saying about him this whole time. He gonna show y'all what I've been saying. It's taking for him to go to a whole nother team and be in a whole better situation for him to show y'all how trash he is, which he's been showing over the past 5 years.
Now, you know that I can relate to you on that because we let go of a guy that kind of was in the same draft as that very quarterback you speak of. And that man's somewhere in Las Vegas now. So
worse.
He's significantly
that's
worse.
Debatable. He got to the playoffs. He's
still worse.
And he has a playoff win, sir. Thank you very much. Playoff win under his belt.
Playoff appearance.
Throw 10 yards, man.
No,
we talking about Mariota.
Win. Playoff appearance and a win.
Hold on.
Because we beat the Chiefs
equal,
that year.
But adding context, Jameis Winston with eyes.
Thank you.
It's gonna be much.
They're not hearing you,
thinking about that.
They're not hearing you, bro.
I don't care.
It
is what it is.
I'm not hearing you, bro. I just told y'all. I said that I think they're gonna miss him. But I mean, look, more power to Mariota. Y'all don't know. Systems are different. That man may ball out in freaking Las Vegas.
He's gonna be on the bench for a little while.
Derek Carr better than him.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's funny.
That's dead ass too.
Hey, bro.
Laughing at Derek Carr, you're gonna be really laughing with Mariota on the bench.
Yeah.
We'll see about that, sir. We'll see about that.
I don't see
the same Derek Carr that mentally can't get over his own.
No, the same Derek Carr that was damn the MVP. I'm talking about.
Yeah.
1 year. Wow, 1 season.
What did Mariota do? What are we talking
about? He got to the playoffs. Derek Carr didn't do that.
All right, bro.
He didn't win a playoff game.
All right, bro. Are we talking about a playoff game in the AFC South? Who's in the AFC South? Please tell me.
Breaking news.
Yo Texans.
Yes.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Yo
and Deshaun, we trust. We got there last year, boy.
Please. Y'all ain't get to the AFC Championship. What just happened?
We already knew that, though.
What just happened?
John Morant. John Morant won that rookie year.
That was expected.
I just wanted that breaking news to be publicized.
No, I'm glad he got it because everyone was talking about Zion supposed to be winning that. You know, I don't.
Nah, I ain't gonna go on the Zion.
He's been rookie of the year. I don't know.
Are y'all on the Zion train?
Hell yeah, big time.
That's one, and that's a half and half. So
I'm telling you straight up, no. I'm telling you straight up, no. That you can't have a full career with like that. If he's not gonna lose weight, that ain't happening.
Lose weight. They haven't gave this man a full off season. Every time he come here,
bro. How long, bro?
You was ready to
basically had an off season.
He had a year without a full season.
Yeah, he basically
looking good, but then he went home for 2 weeks. He had his mama good home cooking, and y'all already know what happened after those 2 weeks, man. He's not gonna come back the same player. But he was looking fit after when the bubble started. He was looking fit.
The chunk that you missed, other players who stayed performed. I can't overlook that.
But he missed 2 weeks, man. If you had your mama home cooked meals for 2 weeks, man, what you doing?
Have to do anything. That's to do it.
He's not gonna come back the same player. He fat, man.
Yeah,
his body type is different, bro.
It is. It's probably the salt intake too.
It's probably something like that, man. I don't know. He's gonna come back ready next year. That's all I got to say, man. And this is what I'll say about Zion, bro. A lot of people say he's not gonna have a long career. It's like, what do you define a long career as? Like, if we talking about 10
longer than 5 years.
Oh yeah, I think he gets longer than 5 years, bro. I think he gets longer.
Playing the way he is right now.
Wait, hold on. A long career?
I think he's gonna change his game. Like he's not gonna.
What do you think is long for Zion?
To me, for Zion,
I say 8 to 10. I say 8 to 10 years for Zion.
Career in general. NBA career in general, a long career is 10 years. Nowadays,
I say 8 to 10.
Mm-hmm. Nah, it's 10 at least.
No, I'm saying that's what Zion is going to get to 8 to 10 years.
Okay.
Zion will get to 8 to 10 years.
I think he'll be in the league for that long. I don't think he'll be able to be in.
He's not going to be at a high level for that.
Yeah, he ain't going to be at a high level. I think that dip off will happen pretty fast.
His game is going to develop. That's what I'm saying.
If he loses weight,
he will lose weight.
I've been hearing that for
the
last year.
I've
heard that for the last year.
Zion next year, bro.
I've heard that for last year.
If he plays at an extreme
no, you didn't because he was hurt.
After year 5, then I'll be impressed,
bro. Yeah, I don't have much expectation for Zion, to be completely honest. I really don't.
I do. Like I said,
I don't, because them knees, man. That man already walking like Charles Barkley. I'm sorry. It ain't.
And Charles Barkley had a great career.
Yeah, but he wasn't walking around.
He had a great
like
career.
He wasn't walking around like that playing. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't doing that.
If he has half the career as Charles Barkley, will y'all give that man his due?
I'm willing to say I'm wrong. He ain't proved me wrong in the last year, though.
I don't know. Y'all haven't said I'm wrong about Harden yet, man, so I don't know.
Ooh.
I did. I literally said it earlier. I'm not saying it again.
What?
I told you I'm not saying it twice.
Said what?
That he doesn't play defense, remember? But he played it last night. Got a key clutch block. You know?
He got a clutch block for sure. For sure.
No,
to sit here
trying to minimize that, because if he would have lost last night, you would have been the main person on Twitter going in on Harden. So I don't want you to minimize that block at all.
That would have been the front office I would have gotten on, because you went and traded Capella at the middle of the season, and went and stayed with the small ball lineup. So I would have gone off on the front office, not Harden. I don't expect a high level of defense from Harden. So he's not doing anything like actually the block. That's an outlier to me. That's an outlier. I have never seen him do that before.
He played way better defense. He's not a blocker, but he's definitely a good team defender. He
can play defense, but does he play defense night in, night out? No.
Yes.
No. Yes. No, No, he does not.
Yes, he
not
does.
high level.
Houston is a good defensive team.
What I consider
we'll see it against the Lakers.
Okay, what I see. No, we're not. What I see as great defense, to me, that's someone that plays that in same intensity night in, night out, and commits themselves on both ends of the court. I do not see that from James Harden. I don't want to hear that.
That is.
I don't want to.
I know who you want to compare him to. You want to compare him to Marcus Smart, and he's
I'm not comparing him to Marcus Smart.
Yes, you are. You're thinking about Marcus Smart while saying that.
I was thinking
about
Marcus
Smart. You're looking at the game right now. I know you comparing him to.
Yeah, I was thinking about that while I was saying it. But the thing about it, I can't compare the two of them because he didn't play defense like that. So
But Marcus Smart doesn't have that big of an offensive load. Like, he doesn't have to carry a whole team. James Harden is the system for the Rockets.
For sure.
But
I'm talking about one. I'm talking about one side of the game, defense. There's been players that have to carry the offensive load and know how to defend as well. So I don't want to hear that excuse of, I have to score.
Those are outliers, man. You probably
that block was an outlier.
You could probably name
that block was an outlier.
You could probably say 5 people that did that,
bro.
That you high level on both ends.
That block
every night,
was an outlier.
You're crazy.
Listen. That's what I see when I talk about defense. That's what I expect when I talk about defense. Tony Allen was another guy that was like
no
that.
Offense, though. But you said both ends.
But I'm talking about defense that would play night in, night out.
Just defense.
I'm strictly talking about defense right now. I'm strictly talking about defense.
Allen, Gary Payton.
Yes.
I see where you're going there, but I see where Mr. Quincy is trying to emphasize.
Look, I'm not downplaying Harden's impact on the game. I would never do that. But what I'm saying is that we're not going to sit here now say because he got one clutch block that all of a sudden this man is a lockdown defender. Let's not.
I didn't say that, but y'all
let's not act like he is.
Let's not
act like
people would say Harden don't play defense at all.
Does he play defense consistently? Is the question.
It don't matter if you play defense consistently as long as you come up in the clutch. That's all that matter, my nigga.
No,
it ain't like people going straight around Harden no more. That ain't the same Harden you getting. Trust me. Ain't like people going right around Harden no more, bro. So are you gonna say? Give me a moment.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not saying people are blowing right by Harden. Not saying that. But when I talk about defense, I expect a specific level of defense. That's my criteria. And because that's my criteria, when I look at players and you're talking about defense, if you don't meet my criteria, I'm not giving you those props. Sorry. And I'm speaking for Derek Myers Jr. I ain't speaking for no one else. I ain't speaking for no one else. I'm speaking for me. That's it.
I said I was wrong earlier, and I'm not saying it again. So.
Yeah, I ain't talking about you.
I'm not saying
you. I'm just talking about the consensus, man.
Look, I give him props. He showed up and made the block. Cool. I ain't got nothing bad to say about it. That was about time.
James Harden the top scorer of all time.
What?
Top scorer of all time.
Is he what?
Top scorer of all time.
Is he the greatest scorer of all time?
Top 3 scorer all time.
He can be. Not right now.
I don't think he will be, but he has a.
I mean, he already is, but all right.
Over who? Who your top 3?
Who? It is KD, Michael Jordan, James Harden. What are we saying?
Fuck out of here.
That is what the top 3 is.
I'm about to kick you out.
On that note, ladies and
for
gentlemen,
joining on the sideline.
we were giving Quincy the final word. He actually just made his final statement.
If y'all James Harden lovers, hit me up.
It is up to the audience from here to decide if they agree, disagree, or completely dismiss the idea. Whatever you think, ladies and gentlemen, please, thank you for tuning in to the Sideline Guys. We appreciate every bit of your feedback. Be sure, if you're watching us on YouTube, that you hit that subscribe button and hit that bell notification. Keep up with all of the content that we're putting out under the OTS brand. Also, make sure if you're on Spotify, if you're on Apple, make sure you're subscribing, giving us some 5-star reviews. Let us know what you think. Shout us out so we can shout you out on every episode that we do. Major things coming up. Continue to follow the content. Like I said, multitude of shows, not just sports related, but anything that you guys are into. Make sure you tune in. Check those things out. Fellas, quick, go around the room. Let the people know where they can find you on all social media platforms, please.
You can find me on Twitter at Edgar Martin 97, and you can also find me on Instagram at Edgar Martin Official.
Yeah, man, follow me on Twitter at Q_Hicks3 and Instagram at Q Hicks Productions, man. Send me all the hate.
Yes, and go follow them, Q&E Podcast. So
oh, yeah, Q&E Podcast 1 if you want to follow the channel. Q&E Podcast 1 on Twitter and Q_N_E_podcast for the IG, man, and Facebook.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely.
And what's your YouTube? Your YouTube.
Oh, yeah, Q&E Podcast. So just type in Q&E space podcast, man.
Same for the Facebook page.
Same for the Facebook page.
Awesome. Yes, sir. Thank you guys for coming on.
Hey, man, we appreciate y'all.
Great episode.
Great dialogue, hot takes, all kind of things.
Yeah, it's gonna take a long time to find out what clip I actually want to use for the promo.
A lot of that shit said on here.
Yeah.
But fellas, feel free, definitely. You guys are more than welcome to come back on anytime. We do appreciate you guys. And as always, Brother Derek, please, by all means, tell them where they can find you, sir.
At Derek_OTS, DERRICK. Do not misspell that. And also at OTS Guys. I run the OTS pages, social media pages, so follow us on there and keep up with what we're doing.
Awesome. And of course, you already know it's your favorite mediator / host, your friendly neighborhood Prince of Botch. Follow your boy at Dwayne Dickey Jr. on Instagram, or you can also, if you're a wrestling fan out there, we have another podcast by the name of the Life's a Botch podcast. Go ahead and give that a follow, where we keep up with all the latest wrestling news and all that good stuff, talk about stuff and whatnot. And of course, follow your boy on Twitter at Highlight Life, HILITE Life, as well as Instagram, Highlight Life, HILITE Life. And until next time, man, this is the Sideline Guys, and we'll catch y'all next time. Peace. All right.